What's going on, people? This is Shy Harris of the Rebel Society, and today we are doing another episode of Interviews with the Rebel. And so if this is your first time watching Interviews with the Rebel, the whole series is about highlighting different creators and entrepreneurs who are doing pretty dope shit dope shit or disruptive shit that is really kind of, who are killing things in their industry and really making a name for themselves. So today we got my man Baker of Baker Fitness.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
How's everything going, brother?
Man, thanks for coming out.
I definitely appreciate it. So today we all the way up in Richmond. I've been like linking with this guy, or been following him on Instagram for a while, and this is my first time really meeting you. But he's been doing some really dope stuff. So when I said, I'm doing season 2 of this, I actually had to come up here and link with you and build with you and see what you got going on, man.
I appreciate it, man. It's an honor to be recognized and people see what you're doing out here.
No problem. So for the people who don't know you, who are you and what do you do?
Well, my name is Richard Baker. I started a fitness brand about 3 years ago. And since then, I've been working my tail off, just trying to get the name out there, and also just kind of show people like who I am, what I represent, what I'm bringing to Richmond as a person. Just all the way around, just trying to show the diversity of just who I am as a person, but also affect people mentally, physically, and emotionally by connecting through some type of fitness or activity.
Okay. So my icebreaker question. So just so we can get this started on the right foot. All right, who is a music artist that you relate to the most? And not just music, but we're talking about how they brand themselves, how they look, how work ethic, all that stuff.
That's a good question. Honestly, I think Chris Brown.
Okay. Why you say that?
I like Chris Brown just because he always trumps everything with his talent. He shows diversity. He can dance. He can sing. He can rap. He can draw.
He can act. Yeah.
I can do a lot of those same things myself, so I can really relate. A lot of people don't know the depth.
You got dance moves like Chris Brown?
Man, I can dance well. I can draw. I came up with a lot of the concepts for my own tattoos.
Okay.
I've always been into like acting and comedy and stuff like that. I was voted like most comical person in my high school, but a lot of people don't know that about me because they see me in a different realm.
Right.
So I like what he represents,
Okay. All right, so now we got that out the way. What is your 60-second origin story? Like in comic books, how they had the origin story, what's yours?
Man, raised by 2 parents who just instilled work ethic, came from very humble beginnings.
From DC, right?
From DC. One sibling, very close-knit family, always been involved in sports, active lifestyle, fitness, and then I just carried all of those same things into my business.
Gotcha.
Togetherness, closeness. For my business, it's called Unified.
Right.
And then work ethic is really what I've been doing over the past 3 years. So you just tie all of that in together, and that's who I am.
What got you into fitness though?
Well, I played college sports, and then I've always just kind of had a passion for leading.
Okay.
And
what sport you play?
I played football in college, but I played everything: basketball, ran track.
Gotcha.
And I just really took a liking to helping people improve their bodies or performance.
Gotcha.
I started training athletes first, so that just became a thing, and then it just developed on its own. And training found me. I didn't really find it. It came after somebody asked me, "Well, can you work with this person?
Yeah.
But then can you do this?" And then other people started saying, "Well, I heard what you did with such and such. Could you help me?"
Right.
And then I was kind of like, "All right, hold on. This might be.
I think we got something.
Yeah, I think we got something here. Let me see if we can capitalize."
Right.
So, but yeah, that's how training thing came about.
Okay. So, pretty much one of the purpose of this series is kind of, give insight to the people who want to come up about things that, people like yourselves did to actually start to, build their brand, and just give a real transparent, honest look at that. So your first year, or when you first said, you know what, I'm gonna kind of hop out there, what did those first 6 months to a year, or matter of fact, let's go back.
Okay.
How do you make your money?
Working for myself.
Okay.
Working hard. So.
But do you like just do trainings, or do you do other stuff? Or?
I do other stuff as well, but the brand allows me to do other stuff, but kind of still related to the brand. I'll do events. I may go do an off-site training,
right?
Which I've done at tons of different places. Sometimes they pay me to come.
Right.
Also, I may flip some merch.
Okay.
That's another way to just bring in like passive income.
So you got multiple streams of income within fitness.
Yes, absolutely, within my brand.
Right.
I do meal plans now.
Oh, okay.
I offer a lot of variety of services, which allows me to make money on different sides.
A lot of people don't do that.
Yeah, a lot of people say, hey, I just do this thing. I do classes.
I just do my trainings.
Yeah, I do classes, one-on-ones, partner trainings, just to kind of make it, just to diversify a little bit so people can have an option to come see me.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. All right, so going back to the question I was about to ask. First year, the first 6 months to a year, what would you bring in, like money-wise?
Man, I was just making do, paying the rent. I pay rent at this place, so literally just scrapping, trying to put all the little pieces of the puzzle together.
Right.
To try to make keep this thing afloat so that I can keep my dream going.
Right.
So I had people who, had my best interest in loan me money.
Yeah.
And was like, yo, I got you.
Gotcha.
Just so I can buy me some time, so I can get myself together. I even did unemployment.
Oh, okay.
I think I did it for however long it takes for it to run out. Seriously.
Use all your benefits.
Right. It wasn't a whole lot of money, but it was money to keep me going.
Right. Then they get like $300 a week or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah. It was maybe 3-something a week, and it was rough.
Okay. So, like in that first 6 months to a year, you probably was getting, doing this before this, but like, what were you doing to kind of get those first couple of clients?
Man, follow it up. I mean, like I know, your follow-up game has to be strong.
Oh, got to be A1.
Got to be A1. So people say that they want to do business with you all the time, or things with you that may generate some money, and it may fall on deaf ears, and you may not hear from that person again. So it's going to be important that you say, hey, whether it be shoot them an email or calling them or texting them and saying, hey, remember what we talked about? Are we going to still do that? Or when you want to get together, kind of force people to be like, all right, tell me what day work for you next week. Ask them, tell them, I got this day and this day open. Which one can you do?
Yeah.
So your follow-up game got to be strong.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people I feel like mess up. They either don't follow up or their follow-up game is weak. So like you said, you got to really just tell people like, yo, so instead of just asking them like, so when can we link up or when can we sit down? Like, yo, I got Tuesday and Thursday free at both of them at noon to 3. Like, which time you available? And just kind of go from there. Yeah.
That's the only way. I mean, the follow-up has to be strong.
Got to be strong.
Got to be strong. If you want to be, especially a self-entrepreneur or if you working with a partner, the follow-up game has to be strong.
Okay. So besides that, were you doing anything else to kind of like get in front of people?
Instagram stuff. Making little flyers.
Okay.
My flyer game was terrible. I keep them all just so people can see the maturation of what I thought I was doing versus to what I should be doing. To this current day. So, and I keep that stuff so people will know, like, damn, like, dude, look at that ugly flyer that you made the first time. Just giving it to friends, having them repost it, emailing it to other friends and other people, inviting people out for free. Like, literally, anybody I came in contact, I'd be like, come in. Come in, let me show you what I'm doing.
Okay.
So that they can get a feel for, oh, dang, like, I really do like this. And then start becoming repeat people, and then they tell somebody else.
Okay. So, to piggyback off that, I'm guessing you believe in doing free work starting out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I know a lot of people say you shouldn't do work free, but I'm a big believer that, to really build a portfolio that you want to build, you got to do stuff for free.
Man, in order to have somebody respect your work, you have to show them your work sometimes.
Right.
You know, don't say, hey, I'm a painter and I do really good work. You bring me your portfolio of pictures.
Yeah.
Or show me your track record and who you work with, what you've done, what you've covered.
True.
So I can not only like your work, but I can respect you as an entrepreneur or artist or creator. So to me, I knew I had something and I wanted to share it with people.
Gotcha.
So anybody that would come and see it, and even if they didn't even work out, I would have people say, oh man, I don't want to come and work out, because scared when it comes to training and working out. I used to be like, you don't gotta work out.
Yeah.
Just come in.
Come and check it out.
See it. Like, come in here and turn the music on, and they can feel the vibe, and you're like, yo, like,
and once they see other people come in and having a good time, like, I got to be a part of that.
Exactly. So,
we're
big. You know how we are with, we follow a lot.
Right. So people don't really hop into stuff until they see other people kind of doing it. So, which is sad in itself. But anyway, so matter of fact, the question that I almost forgot was, so you said that you was making flyers, kind of starting off, and you said they were bad. But what do you feel like some of the mistakes that you were making starting out?
Man, honestly, just not knowing. Not knowing what to do, or not arming myself with the information. Right. Just kind of just going about because I thought that's what I was doing.
Okay.
And when you think you have a vision, you don't realize that your vision isn't really what you thought it was until somebody redirects you.
Okay. So what were you doing at first, and somebody had to come in and say, like, you know what, you'd be better off going this route instead of this?
Just making myself too accessible.
Okay.
People having direct contact with me kind of just started becoming like
a lot.
Yeah. Just personal questions. Almost like people was wanting professional advice or professional without even addressing me properly.
Yeah.
Like Instagram is a great platform, but it does allow people to access you and ask you questions on a professional level that they normally wouldn't do, as opposed to them reaching out through email or, going to your website and vice versa. I get it all the time. So sometimes it can be quite annoying, but because I am a businessman, I do have to entertain some of that. But I try to communicate in a way to let them know that, one, it's not just me that you're talking to, even if it is.
Yeah.
And filter you to my website, filter you to the other avenues of communication with my business.
Okay. Matter of fact, I have a follow-up question for that, which kind of, I get it, I 100% get it. So do you feel like with, any business, you have to kind of put up boundaries between yourself and your client? Like I said, I get it, because I definitely have to do that too. So like, instead of you coming to my DMs and asking me 1,000,001 questions, like yo, go to the website, hit this little link, it's gonna tell you all the stuff you need to do or whatever.
Send me an email.
Right.
Even if it's just a question.
Yeah.
If you want me to take you serious, you should communicate with me in the proper way, as a professional would. Otherwise, I feel like you kind of downgrade yourself and don't give yourself the respect. Because now you open that avenue to allow people to just contact you and touch you, and they know you're going to respond to them. So you set the precedent.
And if you don't respond, you're acting funny.
You're acting funny. So it's just kind of like, man, business is different.
Yeah.
It's a lot different. It's just the same way, like between you and I, the conversations that we exchange turned into a very business but respectable conversation. It was never like, yeah, bro, I see them nice chicks on your Instagram. Yeah. So that right there tells me that you are a certain type of person, how you proceed with your business. So.
Okay. All right. So when did you feel like you reached a turning point where you were kind of like, I ain't gonna say struggling, but you were barely making it to, things have kind of blossomed. So what do you feel like was that turning point for you?
Honestly, I think it was after like a New Year's.
Oh, so
it was like I was already trending.
New Year, new me type thing.
Man, I was trending, right? And then I was like, all right, it's a good time to capitalize. Here we are coming on a new year. Let me go ahead and maybe put like a special something out there. And then I got so many people signed up that I couldn't handle it. And I was like, okay. When that one day when I have a class in here and it's 20 people in here. And I was like, okay, dude, you gotta get a handle on this. You gotta try to figure out, because 20 is a good thing to have, but it ain't a good thing to have in one class.
How many people can you fit in at one time?
Oh man, I try to keep it to like 12. I try to keep it to 12 just because we do a lot of stuff where you may have to move your arms and stuff like that. And you need just personal space. So, but I've had 20 people in here doing 20 things at one time. One, that challenged me creatively. And two, spacing wise was like trying to put a dance show together. You know what I'm saying? On a small stage.
Right. I get it.
So that's when I realized, man, you got something here. And I was like, all right, so now people, they know.
Okay. So do you believe, for, you know, people who are coming up in the fitness space, do you believe that, you know, running sales or specials is like, do you feel like people should do that, or should they kind of stay away from that?
I feel like they should do that. Even at first. I mean, the way that I look at it now from a business standpoint versus how I used to look at it, even though it may be small, money is good money if you can justify the time that you spent doing it. So, for example, I may charge a large group of people a set price, but it may not be quantitative to how many people I'm training at that time. So it may be 20 people I may be training, but let's say my drop-in rate is $40.
Yeah.
Right? 40 times 20, that's $800. I may charge them $500. Know why? Because I'm making $500 in 1 hour. And that's $500 extra to my business than I had last month.
True.
So if I do that 3 times this month, I done made $1,500 extra as opposed to not making, if I charged them 8 and they didn't want to do it.
Right.
Because they don't have the money for that. But they were willing to pay something, but I had to discount them.
Okay.
And then I'm still promoting my business because I'm affecting a large amount of people at one time. So I'm touching 20 people and connecting with 20 people, but I'm still making more money for my business than I would have anyway.
Okay.
As opposed to saying, well, I'm supposed to be making 800, give me 800. They say, well, we can do, 5, perfect. Let's do 5. 1 hour of my life. I got to give my energy. Who you know make $500 an hour?
Nobody.
Exactly.
Nobody.
So that's the way I conceptualize business now.
Okay. I like the way you broke that down. So that makes so much sense to me. I never even look at it like that, but it makes sense.
Make more money than you did last month.
Right.
So sometimes I may have to hustle and do a couple extra appointments this month. To me, I'm thinking I'm working a part-time job within my full-time job.
Right.
So I get people that come in one day a week, and they want my service only for that one day, but they pay my drop-in rate. If I work with them 4 times that month, I'm making 45 times 4. I didn't made enough for a whole membership that I would have charged somebody for personal training and only seen them one time for 45 minutes.
Okay.
So it's like a hustle within a hustle.
Matter of fact, that's gonna be the name of this episode. Hustle within a hustle.
Hustle within a hustle.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. I never even thought of it like that, because even like with what I do, I just have my main services, and I might, do a little, one-off thing here and there, just kind of, bring in some more money. But I never even looked at it like I'm just working a part-time job within my main.
That's it.
Okay.
It may not be bringing that full-time money that you expect, but at the end of the day, it's still contributing to your business.
Yeah. Ain't like you're doing something that's completely outside of what you're doing.
Now, if it's way below your rate, then it ain't worth it.
Yeah.
It ain't worth it, and the people that want you to work for that price don't respect your business.
True. You're right about that.
So, don't sell yourself short, but also don't have too much pride.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you're trying to collect them checks.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, something I always really, believe in is that I'm really big into, like, every industry has like a blueprint. So, and when I say that, I mean, like, within whatever you do, say if you're in fitness, if you're in culinary, or, marketing, content, all that stuff, if you do these 3 particular things, you can be successful. Whoever does it, they're going to be successful. Like with what I do, I feel like if I'm putting out my own original content, I'm networking, plus I'm just doing great work and putting that out, I'm gonna always get clients.
Gotcha.
So what do you feel like are the 3 things in fitness that if anybody does it, they're gonna be successful?
1, be authentic.
Okay.
Because you don't never want to sell anything that ain't real.
Right.
Because at some point you will be exposed.
True.
Whether it be you come in contact with another professional that knows a little bit more than you, they're gonna know that you're a fraud.
Yep.
Or you're fake. So I would say that it's just, I always preach discipline.
Okay.
Discipline meaning just because you're an entrepreneur and you got time don't mean that you just trick off your time all the time.
Yeah.
You have to continue to work. It's
Right.
discipline. You have to tell yourself to get up in the morning and say, all right, Shard, I gotta hit this coffee shop.
Yeah.
Even though you could just kick it on the couch and you just watch ESPN, you be like, I gotta get some work done.
Yeah.
I gotta go out there and make a goal today. I gotta reach out to 10 people.
Right.
Or I gotta try to secure these many deals this week. So I would say that. And then the other thing is, I think humility.
Okay.
Just because you're gonna continuously be humble as you are an entrepreneur or a fitness person,
Yeah.
just because you are in a business that is up and down.
Right.
So when I thought I'm riding high, it will come a time when things will be not riding so high, and you're gonna be like, damn. So don't get too way up there where you feel like you got it figured out, because one thing you can't do is you can't predict what consumers will do.
True.
You can try to market to them and show them what they should do,
Right.
but you have to make sure that you know that they have a choice, and they may not choose you.
You're right about that.
So you just as fast as your business can be up,
It can be down.
your business can be down. And then as a business person or businessman or woman, you adjust. You learn to adjust. You figure out new ways to say, all right, business is down in this thing, and then you may create a whole new program.
Yeah.
I might say, you know what, this thing is really suffering. May give me some time to start a whole nother program, and then that program take off.
Right.
And then now you got 2 programs. So it's almost sometimes you get forced in a way to kind of evolve.
Okay. So the question I have relates to what you just said was, in fitness, like I've been around enough, personal trainers and everything. I know that, at the beginning of the year, things are hot, like you're making money overhand. But what do you do in those months when it's kind of cold out here?
You keep pressing.
Okay.
Like I said, you kind of just think of new streams, new ways to either generate money or new ways to generate business.
Okay.
I know for me, right now, I'm kind of at a point where I plateaued and I'm just kind of like, I'm even right now, which is still good.
Right.
But it made me slow down on my end because, when you're riding high, you make a little money. I've been hanging out, spending money, taking trips, doing all these things.
Right.
And I'm like, now the business is a little bit slower, slow me down, kind of refocus me a bit to, and then I just started getting back to the grind at how it started.
Gotcha.
Because once you start experiencing success and it starts going away, you try to figure out a way to get it back. So I'm not saying I've lost it, but when things kind of come down and even out, it humbles you to kind of keep working.
True. So do you feel like as entrepreneurs, I personally feel like there's a wave of success. So like anybody who starts out with, no matter what they're doing everything, they're hustling, they're putting in work, and then they find something, that clicks, and then they start to go high, they start to be successful. But then once you're at that point for so long, you start to either plateau or fall off.
Yeah.
So, and I believe once you get to that point, you got to, evolve. You can't do the same things that you do. Yeah. So do you feel like that, as an entrepreneur, do you feel like you have to go through that as well?
Yeah. I mean, you constantly have to adjust.
Right.
Because you just don't know what anything unforeseen can happen. It can be something that happened in your personal life that slows things down, that causes you not to maybe promote as much, or maybe not be as attentive to what you're doing.
Right.
So anything can derail you, and when you do experience those moments of derail, you just kind of like, all right, what do I need to do different? It's like self-evaluation all the time, and nobody can tell you. You know it.
Right.
You know, how can I be better, or what can I do to bring in more money, get more clients, be a better business person, be a better owner, all of these things to set you up for that next step.
Gotcha.
Yeah. If you're a good one.
Yeah.
If you're a good one. Because some people, if they reach it, and sometimes the pressure gets to them.
Right.
And they just like, man, I can't.
True.
And fear is that's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, it's a whole nother conversation.
Okay. So what are things that you're doing right now to kind of, keep your name out there, like marketing wise? Like, what are some things that you feel like you're doing at this moment to kind of, make sure people know about, Baker, Unified Fitness and all that?
Yeah, really just honestly just always showing people my brand.
Right.
This logo, it really stands for something, and it's very catchy.
Yeah. It actually looks like a college team mascot logo or something. Yeah.
It actually, that's kind of what it stemmed from.
For real.
The guy who made my logo, he's in Atlanta. And we never met.
Okay.
He came recommended from a friend, and we did a lot of emailing back and forth, and we talked on the phone. I gave him my vision.
Yeah.
And man, he killed it.
Yeah.
When he sent me that file, I was like, that's it. I was like, dude, the U with the arm, I told him I wanted that. And then he told me that the team is UCF that you talking about.
Yep, Central Florida.
Yep. And he told me, he said, before he gave it to me, he was like, I kind of thinking in this direction of this. And I was kind of like, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
And then, man, when I saw it, I was like my heart dropped. I was in Ohio at the time. I was like, yo, this is it. Yeah, so like that was cool. So that's one thing that I do, is make sure that I always show my brand.
Right.
I wear it. I put it on a lot of my clothes so that when I'm out, I'm constantly free advertising.
True.
Every time I go out,
you got a piece on.
I got my piece on.
Yeah.
And people seeing this at some point, they don't realize that subconsciously it sticks in your brain.
Yeah.
So, for example, when you think of Target, what do you visualize?
The little bullseye.
The bullseye,
yeah.
Right? When you think of Nike, what are you thinking?
Swooping to just do it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So subconsciously, you don't even have to think about what the symbol is. It's just
like ingrained in your brain.
It's ingrained in your brain. So me wearing my stuff and having merchandise, and I got my iPad here. I go to a coffee shop. I got it on my mug.
Yeah.
I might have it on my sweatpants.
Right.
Anywhere. So baseball cap. So when people see that, they don't realize, they might have seen me more than once. They may see me on Instagram. Yeah. I get people that walk up to me, they remember me because they remember my brand.
Right.
They see me when they're like, oh yeah, I met you, blah, 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 I follow you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, hey. Just by that, I've had people wearing my stuff, and people call me and say, I see somebody with one of your shirts on. I'm like, oh, for real? That's an awesome feeling when somebody calls you. It's like, I'm standing in front of somebody with your shirt on.
Yeah.
That's cool. So just continuously branding, merching.
Do you feel like branding is like only important when it comes to like fitness, or no matter what you do as an entrepreneur, you should be doing like some type of like hardcore branding, even if it's like, apparel or anything like that?
I think it has its lane. Okay. I mean, every profession doesn't need a brand. Some people just have a name. It may just be such and such photography. Yeah. And it may not even have a special logo, or it may not have a funky design to be something that make people remember. Right. But your quality of work is connected to whatever that name is. Gotcha. So whether you choose to show it with an emblem or a symbol, then just know that when people see your work, your name is connected to it. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, something that stands out like a swoosh or, big symbol like this. So just make sure that whatever you putting out there, whatever name that you putting out there, that it's followed. Your work follows it. Gotcha. So that you're not misrepresenting that. So, because now when people see this and they go to the Instagram, they're going to want to know, Well, let's see what it's all about.
Yeah.
Got this big old logo, right? Let me see it. So it could be Justin's Photography.
Yeah.
It may not be nothing fancy, but when people see your work, they're gonna connect your work and they're gonna see your name in their heads, as opposed to the symbol.
Okay. All right. So got a couple more questions before we wrap this up. I believe in the phrase you got to spend money to make money. So what is something that you spent money on that has led you to the highest return?
Myself.
Okay. What you mean by that?
Just taking this risk. I mean, I worked a job. I had a career. I was doing the same thing for 8 years. You would think, all right, cool. I'm going to just keep doing this forever. But investing in myself has really shown me the power of just like resolve. You know, it makes me work that much harder.
Right.
It's like you have no option but to work hard when you invest in yourself.
Okay.
Because especially if you want people to believe you. Like what I'm doing, for example, is something where I want to lead people. I want people to come and be a part of something that I'm doing. I got to make sure that I'm showing that.
True.
So investing in myself for sure, but I would say investing in my clients, whether it be buying new equipment, buying new bands, or you know, buying water bottles, or taking them to other gyms to do workouts and stuff. Because I've done a lot of that stuff, just kind of cross promoting, but also patronizing other people's businesses. It gives me respect with people in the fitness community, and at the same time, I'm showing my clients like this is another way for you to be healthy. You don't have to come to me, which I would love. But you know, just kind of investing in them. You know, because you want to give people something that they pay for. I feel bad about taking people's money if I know that I can give them every opportunity to be great. Right.
Okay. All right. So what's next for you, man? What's next for you in the brand?
Man, I'm glad you asked, man. It's a lot of good things happening right now. I'm in the process of working on getting into a very, very visible area on a main street that can really take my business quadruple what I'm doing right now. But it will take a much bigger gamble than I did before. But just from researching and statistics and all of that, it looks very promising. But it's going to take a lot of work and still focus. And adjusting on my part, whether it be allowing other people to come in to help me and give me more ideas and just kind of building a team around me. That's really what I'm doing right now. So that I can be prepared once I take this next step, so that it all doesn't fall on me.
Gotcha.
So yeah, be on the lookout for just some things coming, you know, within the next year, maybe some announcements within the next month or two. As to where we going. All
right, sounds dope. So where can people find you at, man?
Man, you can find me on Instagram, of course. That's like my main mode of interaction, engagement. Baker Unified Fitness. You can email me at bakerunifiedfitness@gmail.com, or you can check out the website. Got all the prices and everything that people usually ask me before they go.
The frequently asked questions
usually is like, go to the website, which is www.bakerunifiedfitness.com.
Okay, cool. So I definitely appreciate you doing this again, man. It's a great conversation.
I appreciate you having me, bro.
It's definitely an awesome conversation, man. So once again, it's Shy Harris. Thank you for checking out Interviews with the Rebel. And good day, good evening, good night, and we're out.